Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week we're joined by Jesper Ejsing for some high-power casual EDH with tutors and fast mana.
Like mana correct.
But non-infinite win cons.
This was recorded a while ago. We're showing off his brand new design, Jesper's, for playmats and sleeves. They're available at the Dragon Shield link down below.
And stick around after the game to see a Q&A with Jesper too.
Hi everyone, my name is Jesper Ejsing. I am a Magic the Gathering artist. If you want to see some more of my artwork, you can look at my Instagram. You can look at my homepage, jespereising.com. You can also see some of my bird pictures at my bird Instagram called Eisenberg.
This video is brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off to help support the show.
And check us out on Patreon to support us and get awesome extra perks.
So we have me on Xur So Vain. You probably think this deck is about Necropotence, don't you? Cam on I would be lying if I said this deck was good. Jesper on Bird Horse Voltron, and Tyler on Troyan for Jesper.
That would suck if we forgot to record this thing.
I have 6. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, have fun. I will start us off and draw card Shadowy Backstreet, and I'll surveil. I don't think that I want this ghostly prison, so I'll mill it and pass turn.
Hell yeah, I get to attack you. I'll draw. I will play a Plains and I will cast Leonin Vanguard.
It's a cat.
Eminence triggers and it becomes a 4/4, but I can't attack, so I will pass.
Draw for no island, mana wall, go.
All right, I will draw. I'll play a Shifting Woodland tapped and pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
This is fun, guys. It's already fun.
Mana Confluence, pass.
Draw.
This is fair magic, no pass.
All right. Well, I'll play a Prismatic Vista and I'll crack it going to 39. Let's get a forest, move to combat. My Eminence trigger target my 1/1 creature to turn it into a 4/4. There's a Mana Vault in play from Jesper.
Welcome him to the show.
Well, Jesper, I'm going to attack you for 4. Thanks for doing the art for all of our
This playmat's beautiful. These arts are wonderful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know, we didn't discuss it before we started, but you know, guys, I have protection from creatures I drew.
Oh, well, luckily...
I mean, you can use
Luckily, Aaron Miller drew this one, so he'll deal you 4 damage.
He's a friend of mine, so only half damage.
Still, it's a friend, so it still counts.
No.
I'm going to play an Adorned Pouncer. I will pass.
Untap, draw for turn. Exotic Orchard, Ezio, white, and 1 from there for kill it. And the last one for Shadow Spear. Go.
Untap, I'm gonna draw for turn. I'll play an Exotic Orchard, cast a Llanowar Elves. I will also cast a Green Sun Zenith for X equals 0.
Nice.
Nice. Good tech. Good tech.
I'm just gonna go find a Dryad Arbor and then say go.
Untap, upkeep, draw card, swamp, arcane signet. That's it for me, pass turn.
I will go to my turn, get a draw. All right, I will play this Ijongo, Seat of the Empire, as my land. Dylan's holding up 2 mana every turn.
Out of what everyone's doing, I'm the one that you're like, I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like...
I've cast one spell.
That is too much.
Have you ever thought that I'm playing an Enchantress deck and maybe it just sucks?
I don't know. You put Ghostly Prison in your graveyard. Maybe you're just not...
I feel like that's a perfect example of what I'm saying. The card quality is not
I feel like I have to take advantage of the fact that now you only have Propaganda left in your deck.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to, though. Instead, I'm going to...
Can I talk for my case here? Because I think if you attack me, I'm gonna start attacking you with lifelink. We can just fight it out, and it's a bit stupid. So maybe...
Cameron, if you attack me, I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna do something awful to your door. I don't know.
I have nothing. All I have to say is my deck has enchantments in it.
I will play a Sky Hunter Skirmisher.
Ah, fuck.
I will go to combat. At the beginning of combat, I have 2 triggers. Leonin Vanguard will get +1/+1 and gain me a life because now I have 3 creatures. So I'm go up to 40. And then on Rabo, we'll give my Adorned Pouncer +3/+3. So I'm going to swing that over at Dylan because it looks like guaranteed damage, but it won't be. Tyler, maybe you'll take 2.
No effects.
I will take 2 and go to 38.
So I'll take 8 and go to 32.
Pass the turn.
All right. Untap, lose 1 life, draw for turn. So can I ask you, how big is the first strike flying cat?
The double strike flying cat is a 1/1 right now.
Cameron, I'm gonna attack you with the Ezio, and I'm gonna attack you, Dylan, with Kill It. Upon attack, they both get... I'm such an amateur. Both are getting 1 counter each. I'm just gonna write the counters on them. Is that okay?
Perfect. Didn't Pablo Picasso tip with art on napkins? This is like Jesper's version of that.
You're taking 2, and Cameron, it's a 2/4.
I will be taking that as well.
Nice.
I go to 30.
And then I say pass.
All right. I'll
interesting.
untap, draw, play an Otawara, cast my Commander Troyan.
I'm going to mana drain your commander.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
29.
That's it then. I'll pass the turn.
Seems kind of aggressive. I honestly just need the mana at this point. I need the extra mana. My deck is slow. I need a lot of mana. I'm an Esper. I don't have a ton of good ramping stuff, so I'm really just using this as a 2 mana now, 3 mana later. Tyler just get caught in the crossfires.
If any of us played like a 4-drop earlier, you probably just would have countered that.
Exactly.
Untap.
Let me stop you in your upkeep, please.
I'm in my upkeep.
I'm gonna cast a Force of Vigor, and I will target Arcane Signet and Shadow Spear.
I'll respond only just by making a blue, and then that happens.
Shadow Spears, go on.
And then I'll use the blue before I go to draw and flash in this new card, Essence Tracker. So I'll go to my draw a card.
We're still getting smacked by cats, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have 3 colorless here. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of something to stop the cat smacking. I'm going to lose 1 life and go to 28, use 1 of my colorless mana, and I'm going to cast a Darksteel Mutation, and I'll have it target the double striking flying untapped cat creature. What's its name?
The Sky Hunter Skirmisher.
Sky Hunter Skirmisher. Try to turn it into a 0/1 with Undestructible. When it enters, Essence Tracker will trigger and I'll draw.
And hang on, I have a response to that, please.
You got it.
I'm gonna pay a blue with Exotic Orchard and a green with Llanowar Elves and flash in a Fairy Mastermind.
Oh, fun. Draw off of Essence Tracker. Yeah.
Fairy Mastermind trigger. I will draw.
And I'll play Command Tower as my land for turn. Then pass my turn. My mana goes away.
Go to mine. Play a Brushland. Move to combat. Leonin Vanguard triggers. Gains me a life back up to 39. And gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I'll give Adorn Pouncer +3/+3. This time Adorn Pouncer is going to come down at Jesper, and then we will send the
Are we
Leonin.
still able to negotiate here?
You lost your chance to negotiate when you attacked me, and you said you were going to come at me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to send the Leonin Vanguard down at Tyler again.
And I get 4 double strike. Is that what you're saying?
That'll be 4 double strike for you, sir.
Okay, I will respond. Put Soul Partition into and exiling it.
Ooh, nice. Okay, in response to that, I will cast a Flare of Fortitude, sacrificing my little creature here to give all of my other creatures
Hexproof, right?
and permanents. Yeah, hexproof and indestructible. And my life total can't change. So good luck.
Good luck with your life link then.
My Darksteel Mutation goes to the graveyard when that happens.
I can't do anything about it. I'll eat 8 damage. Thanks.
And I take 2, right? Going to 36.
Yes, 2 for you. Yeah. I'll cast a Mana Crypt on my second main.
If you haven't heard by now, Mana Crypt was recently banned along with Jewel Lotus, Dockside, and Nadu. This game was recorded before that, a while ago. The next few weeks, actually, of our games will include some of these cards. It's not a statement. They were just pre-recorded. So we will be abiding by the bans, of course, and talking a ton more about it on the podcast. You can find it on Fridays on YouTube and Spotify and other places.
So this past Friday, we just talked all about the bans, and we will be talking more about the bans this coming Friday, too. I'm going to lose a life back down to 38 for a Rikshar's Expertise.
I'll cast Swan Song, targeting the Rishkar's Expertise.
Rishkar's Expertise is countered, and I'll make a bird. Pass turn.
Untap, I lose a life, go to 26, draw for turn. Island, attack you, Cameron. Dylan, same with Kill It for you. And on attack, they both get 1 more counter.
I'll take 3, go to 25, and 5 Commander Horse damage.
I will also be at 5 Commander Bird damage and be at 35 life.
Sarah Ascendant, which is shit because I only have 26 life.
Nice.
Oh, we did it. We
Got
did
him,
it.
got him.
I'm also gonna play a little Time Twister.
Oh.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Does that mean that Tyler's going to draw 7 and then...
And then draw 3.
Okay.
And I already played a land, so that's it. Go, Tyler.
I'll untap. Draw for turn. Play an island. Cast a Mana Crypt.
Another Mana Crypt, same thing as before.
I am gonna recast Troyan.
No mana drain this time.
Evoke a Muldrifter. Should draw 2 more cards. Draw 2. All right. I'll move to end step. I'm pitching a Turn Timber Symbiosis and a City of Brass and a Forest.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw card. Vault of Champions. Cast Zur. Eternal Schemer. Cast this Lotus Petal. Cast this Soul Ring. I will pass my turn.
I'm going to roll for Crypt. Odds I take damage. I like Dylan's play so much, I'm going to do it. Let's cast a Soul Ring. Bountiful Promenade as land for turn. I'll cast Stalking Leonin. When it enters the battlefield, I will secretly choose a player. Here's the piece of paper. I'm going to write a name down. You can see it's blank on both sides right now. All right.
It sounds like you're doing a little magic trick.
And poof, a name is going to appear on it. Is this your name? Let's move to combat. I have 2 triggers, Leonin Vanguard and Unrabo. So I'll gain a life and have my Leonin Vanguard get +1/+1 until end of turn. It is your turn, Tyler, to be attacked by the Adorned Pouncer. That's getting +3/+3 from Unrabo. Because I feel like Jesper and I are at war. I'll attack you with a 2/2, Jesper.
Take it.
Going to 28.
I am going to pass.
Untap, I lose 1 life, I go to 23. Draw for turn. Glacial Forest. Steel Shaper's Gift. I found Commander's Plate. Play it. Noble Heritage. Esyor comes at Dylan, and Kill It is attacking you, Tyler. Kill It becomes a 4/4 when I attack. The bird becomes a 4/7.
I'll go to 24 and I have 4 horse damage.
21, and I have 4 bird damage and 5 horse damage.
I'll roll for Mana Crypt. Odds will be damage. That's 2, so I'm good. I'll draw for a turn. With Troyan's mana ability, cast a Tatiova.
Pass.
Oh, you're passing?
Pass priority, yeah.
All right, let me think. All right, I'll pass.
Me too.
I will play an island for turn. Playing this island will give me a Tatiova trigger. I'll gain 1, go into 25, and draw a card.
Oh, you drew a lot of cards in this game.
Yeah. Verdant Mastery. I was going to see who I can interest in a land at the cost of not attacking me.
I would love to not attack you.
All right, I heard it from Jesper first. I think I'm going to get an island so you can actually use it. 1 island goes onto the battlefield under Jesper's control. 1 of them goes to my hand, and 2 of them enter tapped under my control. And that'll give me 2 Tatiova triggers.
2 separate triggers for Tatiova. Yeah, that sounds good.
So I'll gain 2 life going to 27, and then I will draw 2 cards.
Tyler has just been drawing so many cards this game. And the Ram spell, I haven't seen that one played out in casual. That's like, I feel like a great casual card.
It actually works out extra well when you can draw 2 more cards off of it, too.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'm going to move to discard. I'm going to discard an island any off of my coast.
Go to my turn.
Yes.
Untap,
This is
upkeep,
good, clean, fair magic.
draw a card. Polluted Delta is my land for turn. I'll crack it. Go to 20. My turn is not going to be ideal, but I don't have much going on. I'm going to find this Meticulous Archive and get a Surveil. I'll keep it right there. I'm going to cast Shard Mage's Rescue, targeting my Zur. Really what it does is it says draw 1 card when it enters. I will draw 1 card.
I have a Fairy Mastermind trigger.
Losing 1 from the Mana Confluence. Go to 19. 6 mana, and I'll cast Demon of Fate's Design. Enters, Essence Tracker triggers, and I will draw a card. Card that I surveilled on top was a Smothering Tide. So I'll go to 15 in order to cast Smothering Tide. That's my 1 enchantment for turn. I have 4 in hand. I'll pass my turn.
On your end step, I'll flash in an Alms Collector. This card sucks.
My turn wasn't going to be good. Seeing the Smothering Tithe on top made it particularly good, and the 1-mana enchantment that turns into a cantrip was nice so I could find it. I'm still at a pretty low life total, and although I don't feel like I'm in a bad spot right now, I'm not particularly safe.
Do you guys remember when Alms Collector saw regular CEDH play? Let's go to my turn. We got a Mana Crypt trigger. Odds I take damage. How was that? There we go. 33. Draw.
Smothering Tide trigger.
Yeah, you said your deck sucks? Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah.
Let's play Plains as my land. 3 mana floating 1 to put Kahira into my hand and cast Kahira. Move to combat. Leonin Vanguard will trigger, bringing me up to 34, and they'll get +1/+1. And then on Rabo will trigger, I'm going to continue to give Adorned Pouncer the +3/+3. Man, Dylan
Yes.
is at 15, and I don't have a way to get around a 6/6 right now.
Nice. That's my win condition.
Can I-
Don't look at it.
Right, so Cameron, you want
Yeah.
to have a conversation about that? Because I could get rid of the 6/6 right now, I believe. Oh wait, it's an enchantment creature, so it has hexproof, doesn't it?
It currently does has hexproof. Yes, it's an enchantment creature.
I cannot do shit about that.
Can you get rid of Zur?
So Cameron, are you thinking of wanting to attack Dylan? Is that where you're at? I'm worried that I can't deal with this Smothering Tide in the long run, and it seems like Dylan finally has the boards.
So strike me down the moment I get anything going.
Yes, exactly. The moment I fear here is just that Dylan is moments away, well, a turn away from being able to start attacking for 10 with Death Touch and Lifelink every turn.
Cameron's been attacking for 10 every turn for the last 15 turns.
Yeah, that's
Can I attack for 10 now? All right, I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna move to combat. These are my attacks. These are my attacks. Tyler, if you would like to help out, that would be great. I'm gonna send.
Okay,
What?
before you declare attacks then, because this is
Great.
the right time to do it, I'm going to channel Colossal Sky Turtle targeting Zur.
It's bounced, and my Shards Mage Rescue falls to the graveyard. So my demon is is no longer hexproof. Hexable.
These two creatures at Jesper, this creature at Tyler, this one is at Dylan.
I'll block the biggest one and gain 1 life.
Cool.
I will declare no blocks.
I will block that with the Essence Tracker, that 5/5 double striker.
I lose 3 and gain 1. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, that sounds good. Tyler will take 4, and then I will eat that Essence Tracker.
I go to 23.
Then the following plays will be made. I will lose a life to make a green, going down to 33, and I will cast Police Main Lion. 2 more mana on a Hungry Lynx. Nom nom nom. Jesper, on my end step, I will give you a rat.
This one at the rat.
I am complete.
Untap, lose 1 life, go to 20 from the mana vault. And then we have fun triggers, guys. In my upkeep, everybody can choose to put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature they control.
I'm gonna say
I will do that. Absolutely. I'm going to make Tattoo of a 5/5 so it can block this darn Arms Collector.
I will put 2 +1 counter on Ezio.
I don't think I'm really attacking or nailing touching your shit anyway. So I'm going to take the counters on my demon.
All right, so I have protection from Dylan and Tyler. That it kind of says it all, Cameron, doesn't it?
yeah, it's the theme of this game. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a turn.
Smothering Tithe trigger.
Yeah, you can
Here's the second treasure.
play heuristic study. Who took the most damage from the horse?
I have 5 horse damage.
I am at 4 horse damage, I believe.
I'm at
Yeah.
0 horse damage.
I don't like this game.
Not enough people have taken horse damage yet. This game sucks.
Equipping commander plates to Ezio.
I'm going to respond, actually. I'm going to try and make your attacks easier here. I'm going to cast a Force of Vigor. I'm going to pitch Ojer Kozlem. And my targets are going to be Rhystic Study and Dylan's Enchantment Creature, which is no longer hexproof.
Don't forget there was a Time Twister this game, in a casual game, a real Time Twister black border that was cast, which is how that card ended back up in Tyler's hand.
That one's still legal in the format.
Yeah.
But first, do you pay 1 extra?
I will not.
So I draw a card.
So I have a Smothering Tithe trigger.
Yeah, sure.
And then I will draw for Fairy Mastermind.
I have
Where's
another
the card?
Smothering Tithe on your draw, Tyler.
So you do. I forgot about that. Yeah, you got it.
I have effects to the Force of Vigor.
Force of Vigor is still in the stack.
Hard cast Fierce Guardianship.
Do you pay 1 extra?
No, you can draw. May I have a treasure?
You may. This is a good bargain. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so we're still back to my attack step now.
Yes, but I just protected your heuristic study, so feel free to not
I
attack
know.
if you want to.
Yeah, feel free. Dylan, bird is at you. It's becoming bigger. Plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'll take 10 and go to 5. I'm glad I blocked Cameron's double striking cat earlier with my 2/3 essence trap.
Oh yeah.
I'm done then.
Untap. Roll for Crypt. I'm taking 3 from the Crypt and I'll go to 20 exactly. Draw for turn.
Smothering Tithe trigger.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm surely dead by the time it gets to Cameron anyway.
You can do a lot your turn with your commander and play.
Yeah, I feel like... How many cards do you have in hand, Dill?
I have 4. I could give my guy lifelink. That could be helpful if I cast my commander. You're right.
Yeah, but you could also board wipe. I mean, you're an Enchantress deck. Like, I'm sure you run Meat Hook Massacre and that kind of thing. That's what I'm worried about.
I do. It's not in my hand, but yeah, it's right here on the top. Don't you worry. I think it benefits me. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it benefits me to show you that my hand has no removal spells in it, or maybe it makes you want to kill me. I don't know, but
What I'm worried about right now is that I think in the long term, Cam and I both lose to the combination of Rhystic Study and Smothering Tithe. It's a brutal combination, and it gives you both resources at a rate that we can't really outpace.
I think that is a good point, what you're saying. I'm going to keep that in mind, too.
yeah, shut the fuck up, Cameron. Yes, I agree. Those other players are the enemies.
So I'm going to play a Mysterious Force, and I'll have a Tattoo of a trigger.
I'll get my Smothering Tithe treasure. May I?
I get to see the card and gain my life first.
Sure
So
do.
Think about it. I'll go to 21. I'm going to pay for your Smothering Tithe.
Nice.
What a good boy.
Cast a Soul Ring.
Are you going to pay 1 extra?
I am, because otherwise there's also a Smothering Tithe trigger. And I know you're not going to pay for that. Cast an Arcane Signet?
Are you going to pay 1 extra?
I will. Cast a Fin Hornell.
Yeah.
Rhystic Study.
I will pay for the Rhystic Study. That's it. I'm just going to pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. And draw card. Island has my land for turn. Cast this Talisman of Progress.
Do you pay 1 extra?
You may draw.
Oh.
I draw and I don't want to pay.
Nice. I'll make a treasure. I will recast my commander, Zur Eternal Schemer.
Do you want to pay 1 extra?
At a certain point, I probably should. How many cards in your hand, Jesper?
7.
Yeah, I'll pay this one. Let's keep you at 7. How about that? Everyone's got a flyer. I guess Jesper doesn't have a flyer?
But I have protection from you, Dylan.
Right. I even
So-
said that.
because you were greedy. But Dylan, let me assure you that if you attack him and take out his bird, that I have a clear route for my bird.
I just want to clarify Jesper's wording that he said if I attack Cameron and I take out his bird, he won't attack me.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, you guys feel really confident.
Jesper, you think I should
Sure.
attack Cameron?
Definitely. I mean, none of us really attacked him. He's just like pounding us all.
All right, I'll listen to you then. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to send my Demon of Fate's Design over at UCAM for 8.
I don't give a shit. I'll take it. Yeah. I'm down to 25 now.
I'll gain 8 and go up to 13. I'm going to cast the second Zur. Oh, I guess the first.
Oh, fuck. Do you pay 1 extra?
I will pay 1 for this one also. That's it for me. I'm going to pass my turn.
Go to mine. Here's odds I take damage. Got a 4. So I'll get to draw.
Smothering Tithe trigger.
Have it.
Here's a treasure.
Here's 5 mana for a Regal Caracal. It also makes me 2 1/1 white cats. Move to combat. I'm at the beginning of combat step where my Vanguard and my Unrabo are triggering. I'm going to continue giving my Double Striker +3/+3. Leonin Vanguard will gain me a life and will get +1/+1. Stalking Leonin, Alms Collector, and Leonin Vanguard are going to come down at Jesper. Fleeceman Lion at Tyler, and then my Adorned Pouncer at Dylan. All of my creatures have lifelink.
I guess before we move to blocks, I'm going to animate my Smothering Tithe.
You had the one cat that's a 4/4. I'll block that with my Kill It.
No blocks here at all.
I will block your Double Striker with my 4/4.
That sounds great. I have no other effects before damage.
Okay, I'll just eat the damage.
Cool, so you'll take 10. Our other cats will trade. Tyler will take 5, and then Dylan will not take any damage, but loses Smothering Tithe. I gain 11 plus 4 is 15, plus another 10 is 25. Pass the turn.
In your end step, I'm just gonna spend 1 life and pass your Leonin magic note 1.
The magic one. Okay, I also have a Hungry Lynx trigger here. I am gonna
Oh,
give...
can I get the rat? I want the rat.
He called dibs. Yeah, you get the rat.
Woo! I'm gonna put a little frog on it.
I'm gonna cast Flare of Fortitude and regret it later, sacrificing this Alms Collector.
Do you pay 1 extra, Cameron?
Yes. Tyler, you got your rat, so I will pass.
Untap, I lose 1 more life, so I'll go at 8. This is shit. Oh, hey, Noble Heritage. Anybody ready for some counters?
No.
Hey, one.
I'm too scared to. Yeah, I'm not gonna take them this time.
Profit turn.
And let me pause you there. After your draw, I do want to give you the possibility of drawing into stuff that helps with Cameron's board.
Yeah.
So since I was going to do this anyway in your end step, I will activate Fairy Mastermind to have each player draw a card. And then I will get a Fairy Mastermind trigger off of Jesper drawing his second card.
Didn't help
Yeah.
much. So, Dylan, can you help me out some way?
No. No, what you see is what you get. I have nothing, no action in my hand, really.
But I could just kill you straight up.
Oh, in that case, I mean, yeah, you can. I'll definitely help you out.
No help. Sounds like you gotta take him out. He's no help.
If I'm not helping, what's the point of killing me? You know what I mean?
Well, because you have a Zur.
Tyler, I'm just going to force your hand a little bit. So I'm going to Chain of Vapor your Fairy.
I think I see what you're trying to do here. I'm not going to copy it. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm not going to get bullied.
Okay, but done is done.
Fairy Mastermind is bounced to my hand.
Okay, Dylan, you can't block my issue.
If you gotta kill me, kill me. I get it. Whatever.
I gotta kill you. I'm gonna play Kill It, and then I'm attacking. And then it gets 1 more counter.
Yep, gets 1 more kind. Is that 13 exactly?
Yeah. Yes.
Dead Zo.
Yeesh.
Nice. Unfortunate I wasn't able to kill that bird on camera side of the board, so Jesper could attack that way, but it's all right. I didn't feel like I was that much of a threat there. My Zur, it's not getting Necropotent, it's not getting Animate Dead, not getting anything cool. I should have put an Out of Time in my deck so it could get something better, and I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Out of Time could have been really good here, too. Yeah.
That's all right.
And then I'm gonna play all the glitters on Kill It and lose 1 more life and play Hyena Umbra on Kill It. And lose 1 more life, so I'm at 7. Go! Oh no, I'll play a land for turn. There you go.
In the end step, I'm going to crack this Misty Rainforest. I would normally lose a life for that, but I'm going to gain it back with Tatiova when the new land enters, so I won't bother. I found an island.
Cameron, I was not gonna put that Leonin Sharpshooter in my deck, but now I'm definitely putting it in. It is just
the Leonin? Yeah.
it has just fucked with my mind and my attack and everything all day, all game.
How great
Yeah.
would it be if I didn't even secretly name you?
Yeah, but you did. I know you did. But
No, it might not have, because it's such the obvious choice.
That's
it
true.
basically does 2 things then.
Did you name him?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Did you think about naming someone else? Because you knew he was gonna think you named him.
I was actually thinking about naming Tyler because I knew Tyler's deck had just a ton of huge creatures, and I was going to be like, he's just going to at some point completely overrun me. But the threat at the time, and what continued to be, was Jesper's bird that just kept coming at me.
Yeah, and you also, like, you don't know Jesper's playstyle quite as much. Like, you're not quite sure if he's the type that will call you on a bluff. Whereas, like, we know Tyler is the type that will call you on a bluff, but I don't know that about Jesper. Jesper, in this case, was afraid of it and didn't bother attacking you a decent amount, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not a level 3 player. At most, I'm a level 2 player a lot of the time. So
It's such an interesting card because I think you can effectively, like, name 2 people if you
if one person assumes you're going to name them and you're like looking right at them and you name someone else, you kind of get 2.
If you really know your play group, I think you can really maximize this card's power.
I get to draw for Tatiova. And we're still in end step here. I'm going to go ahead and flash the Fairy Mastermind back in with this 2 mana.
Are you going to pay 1 extra?
Oh, I forgot. I can't. This is summoning stick. Yeah, you get to draw.
Woo.
Good to untap still?
Yep.
Okay. In my upkeep here, I'm going to cast a Mystical Tutor.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right. Ristic Study trigger.
I'll pay for it.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm in a white-green deck, so I will pass priority.
I don't think I can like win this turn. I'm just trying to bounce everything.
Yeah, sure. Do it. Go. But before you do anything stupid, I'll just remind you, I have a rat.
There is a Cyclonic Rift, but I've just realized I might have a better option here. I'm going to reveal a Finale of Devastation. Draw that Finale. I'm going to play an Ancient Tomb. Draw and gain a life with Tatiova, going to 17. I'm going to activate Trigon to draw a card, then discard a card. Draw. I will discard this Crater Hoof Behemoth. Ancient Tomb for 2, and I'll cast a Manifold.
Do you pay 1 extra for the...
I will pay 1 extra, yes. I'm losing 2 life to this Ancient Tomb, going to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Green, 8, 9, 10.
And 1 extra?
No, I will pay for that. I will cast Finale for X equals 10.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I will get the Crater Hoof onto the battlefield. Because X was 10 and more, Finale will give all my creatures +10/+10, and Crater Hoof will give them all +8/+8. So they all have +18/+18. I'm going to swing just Fairy Mastermind at Jesper, and I will swing my other 6 creatures at Cameron. 122 damage is the amount that I am sending at you.
I bet you wish you had that flare right about now.
I would have loved that. That would have been so good. Yeah. I'm cooked. I have 2 cats in my hand, which normally is exactly what I want, but
You have it, Tyler. You have it.
Nice. Good shit.
That was
nice,
super nice.
Tyler.
That was great. What a way to end that game, too, with the Crater Hoof.
Double Hoof is what it feels like.
Double
with
hoof.
Finale.
Devastating hoof. Tale as old as time. Casual Magic never changes. Crater Hoof. Still really good.
This is basically the Thassa's Oracle Demonic Consultation of casual.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. +18/+18.
And trample
And
and
haste and yes.
you had a chat with Jesper, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Let's go ask Jesper some questions. Can you tell me a little bit about this playmat? It's awesome. I see there's some bird people on the playmat. Is that inspired by some birds you've seen? Tell me a little about it. Is there a backstory?
Yeah, I try to sneak in birds in every fantasy painting I can. Not just because I love birds, but because having a flying bird like fluttering in an image, it creates a certain kind of motion to a fantasy painting that creates it makes it look like it's a snapshot taking with a fantasy camera in a land that does not exist. And the moving part makes it all more credible, more believable. So I always add birds if I can to the background, or make a little leaf or twigs flying or stuff like that. In this case, it was different because I painted a huge white dragon, and I thought it was yet just another attacking dragon. And I wanted it to have something to fight and battle against. So I created these innocent little crow people that he was attacking or maybe eating. But on the other hand, it was just a little bit, I don't like to just, dictate the outcome of a fantasy painting. So I like to put in small hints that there's more to the story than you might think. And in this case, I added like small little vests to the crow people and spears. And then all of a sudden you have the chance to read the picture a little bit different. Maybe the crow people are just incredibly annoying, and they just like stab the dragon all the time when he's sleeping, and now we understand why he's attacking them. I like to put in all these small kind of scenarios in all the paintings. It's what makes it fun for me to paint yet another attacking dragon, and I've painted that image a lot of times already.
With this one, how did you start it? When you started, was there like a vision in mind that you had? You're like, I'm going to paint a big white dragon. Did you think it was going to have feathers? Like, what was your thought process going in? Or do you just go in thinking, I'm going to paint a dragon and then whatever comes? How does that work for you?
Yeah, I always like sketch small little thumbs, like try different stuff out, like compositional elements to see where it goes. And with this one, I really knew I didn't want to do a classic dragon with a huge lizard body. I wanted it to be enormously long and twirly, so that it would be endless tail just wrapped around an image, because that looks pretty cool in a widescreen image. But then I came up with the idea of giving him feathers because I wanted him to look somewhat angelic and have that vibe of, oh, it's a white good dragon. He's angelic. Oh, and then yeah, but maybe not so much because he's eating crow people. I like that juxtaposition. So whatever I could do to make him more like pretty and angelic, that would juxtaposition the fact that he's just like eating 10 crow people.
Yeah, and that's cool. I feel like that's a cool part about art, and especially fantasy art, is like sometimes there's part of the story that isn't exactly told, but the viewer kind of has to infer for themselves. Is there like a misconception or something that people maybe don't normally understand about fantasy art that you think is kind of interesting that comes to mind?
Personally, I really love that fantasy is based on all the classic archetypes. But fantasy only becomes really interesting if you play around those archetypes. If you make an apparent vampire, nasty, evil vampire do something like gentle to a child that doesn't look like it's gonna eat it, but actually gentle, then it becomes very interesting. So I think what fantasy has a benefit is all the archetypes and all the pre-assumption that we have about certain characters. But then when you place them in different scenarios or environment and play with those archetypes, then it becomes really interesting. And I think it's a really good question, Dylan. I've been trying deadly hard for the last 10 years to come out of the classic fantasy themes and do something more interesting with it. Because when I look back, just look at my own art, look back 10, 15 years, I was doing a lot of stuff that I'm not like completely happy with now, like very blunt stereotypes, all the classic sexy ladies in ringmail bikinis and all that stuff that everybody did in the 90s. But it's just like so incredibly stupid. So I'm doing whatever I can to pull us out of that misconception of what fantasy should be and try to create fantasy that's completely different.
I love that. That makes sense. Talking on what you have planned for the future without revealing anything, is there anything that you're super excited about or something that you really want to do in the fantasy world that you've been thinking about? Anything, any upcoming things that you can tell us that you're looking forward to?
I really would love to tell you all about the magic art that I'm doing right now, but I can't, unfortunately.
Understand.
But I can tell you a little bit of my new project, and that is drawing, studying, and sketching birds.
Nice.
And
okay.
It sounds very nerdish and very geekish, but it has a purpose. Because I think some of the fantasy painting that made my mind explode completely was an old piece by Keith Parkinson. He made a painting of it looked like a Norse Viking Samian warrior sitting on the back of a dragon in a snow landscape, and it was called the North Watcher, I think it was. And the great thing about it was he had his back turned to the viewer. He was looking out to the horizon. It was a mundane, ordinary leather. There was nothing heroic about it. It was a complete contradiction to whatever fantasy was around at that moment. And it made me realize, hey, if you place an unbelievable character in a believable universe and treat him like it was just an ordinary day in Fantasyland, then everybody believes that this character is real. And that's actually what I want to do with the birds. I want to create bird paintings that has all the believability of the birds, like how they move, how their feathers is, everything, and then place like a little fairy in the same flock of those birds that is like doing the same thing as the birds. And by painting and drawing the birds believable and credible, I add credibility to the fairy, and all of a sudden you think, it might be, they might be out there. And I think that's, if I can create that kind of, thought into the mind of the spectator, I think I've won.
So today we played not really CDH, powerful cards, fast mana, fast interaction, but no combos. Can you tell me about why we're playing this power level and kind of your thoughts on these style of decks?
Yeah, I mean, I built this deck with these two kind of stupid commanders, underestimated commanders. And I think my new rule for myself is I can only build the commander decks that has my own commanders as commanders. And that's a very huge limitation. But that makes it easier for me to chuck in like a time twister in a deck or play all the expensive cards because I don't play a very tier 1 commander. And I really think that has changed my way of building decks. So now it rekindled my joy in building decks because now I have to find a way to build around something that is very, very hard to win with and find some kind of way of balancing that out. Because I was getting to a certain point, and I think maybe that's the point where everybody who played casual for a long time might slowly progress towards some kind of CDH level. And it dawned on me that most of the people I played with, outside of my play group, they didn't think I was fun playing with because my decks were overpowered or too CDH like, and I didn't like that. I wanted people to have fun, so I needed this kind of what do you call that? Like limitation or
limitation breeds creativity. Yeah.
Some kind of hindrance that made me think differently, and so now I've built like 5 of my own commanders, and I really, really think it's fun playing Magic again.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Making sure you're having a good time and finding the fun in Magic. I think that's so cool.
Exactly. I want to say your channel is fucking amazing. What I really like about it is you somehow edited it so it makes you feel like you're almost sitting next to the game. And I really, really think that's a special treat. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Jesper. That means so much. That's our main goal, is to make people feel like they're in our play group, hanging out at our table. So thank you. I'm so glad you like it. That's awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Funko K, Sparky B, Insomnia, ST Phillip, Olden Grumpy, Gecko21, Caleb Ritchie, Zach Hartley, Reactive, Sean in the Ice, Mark Cirillo, Stormageddon, Luke Cook, Demon of Frostgreaves, Peter Stewart, Cornell Wild, Uncle Butts, Nick Foles, Go to 9, Quadra A. Hamid, Lauren Connell, and Baby G-Bus.
If you want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Huge shout out to Dragon Shield for supporting the show. Use our code PLAYTOWIN5 at our affiliate link down below for 5% off your order.
Make sure you get the Jesper sleeves and the playmat. Looks super shiny and nice. Big fan. Also, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram for more content.
So thank you all for watching.
See you next time.
Talk about our $50. Or John, Mystic Orphan, Jacob Bauer, Tyler Watson, Zachary Houston, Tyler Reach, Mark Rock, Ace the Ace, Hobo Ghost, Justin, Man Solo, Jan Wildfang, Thomas Bueno, and David Nelson.